My name is Rhapsody and I fixed the game audio issue that we were having with Slay the Spire. My apologies about that. I have no clue exactly what happened there, but I've done a pre-recording here, so it seems like we're all good. So, time to get back into the level 20 Ascension grind for the Ironclad. Get ready for a lot of losses in a row. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Now, obtain a random rare relic for 18 damage. Not bad. Ooh! Stone Calendar, the end of turn 7, deal 40 damage to all enemies. I've always actually wanted to get this really early so that I could try and build a defensive deck and then just let it trigger like a couple of times. So the fights would be a little bit long. I'm more than willing to concede that point, but as long as I can pick up enough defensive options, we'll be totally fine. Hopefully they don't attack next turn, because if they do, yeah, there's no defense left in my deck. Hey boy. Probably not going to want to go long on this fight. Call it a hunch. Okay. Not bad, not bad. 2 strikes kills. Or a strike and a bash. Disarm definitely is something that we could totally utilize in this defensive deck. I could give away the disarm to full heal, but I think I'm more likely to probably give away a strike or maybe even bash. I don't want to give away bash yet just because it will help me with my offense, especially against the Lagavulin, which could be my first boss. Seeing red dropkick finesse. Ugh. I kind of want to take Evolve. Use my... Oh god, I accidentally clicked it. I can revert this, but that boss does put burns in my deck. You know what? Fine. The reason I was considering taking it was the possibility that later on we happen to get power through, which would be extremely good for a deck like this. Double defend. That's an extraordinarily weak double defend right there. We're going to have a lot of trouble if the next enemy turns out to be the Lagavulin. Corruption. If only we got Dead Brot. Probably not worth doing. Clothesline to weaken an enemy? Now that actually might be essential for us. Okay, so on turn 7, 40 damage will be dealt to all of these enemies. If we play an Evolve, double defend, we can start to offset some of the negative of all of these days being put into our deck. It's turns like this that are really going to suck. Okay. I mean, I've got 7 more turns to deal 2 damage to the sentries in the front 2 rows. There's no way I'm killing them without the Stone Calendar triggering, so I may as well start to play with it in mind. Only got 2 defense left in the deck, so I'm taking another 7 damage this turn at the very least. Ooh. I'm actually going to throw a weaken on the front line. It's going to save me 6 damage. 3 this turn and then 3 next time they decide to attack. Defend. Guess I'll strike the back line. The end of turn 7, so it has to have 7 on its counter. At least that's what I would assume. Yeah. Thankfully, it's blinking to tell me it's ready to go. Boom. Juzu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. Combust Reaper Flex don't really fit in this deck. Metallicize does, so does Oddly Smooth Stone, so does Iron Wave. Shrug It Off fits more. Impatience actually fits more than all of them, but yeah, what? We'll debate the options we have the capability of taking. How about that? I know it's a bit of a radical approach to take, but only the things that we can make work, perhaps, matter. We're probably not dragging this fight out too long, but still. It's worth being thorough. Rest of my deck is kind of garbage, so I'll shrug it off for a draw. Beautiful. Another shrug it off isn't bad. I do want to get as many upgrades here as possible, so I'm probably going to skate this line, avoid all elites. Especially because I've already fought the Sentinels. The Sentinels are my best fight with this deck right now. Obviously, you don't want to go long in the Gremlin Nob fight, especially if you're a defensive deck. And definitely you don't want to go long in the Lagavulin fight. And those are the only possibilities I now have. Or a Calcum at the end of your turn if you have no block. Gain 6 block. Yeah, it's not going to be particularly handy to me. I think I probably start upgrading my defensive cards. It's going to be extremely important that we have them all upgraded. Now, Disarm and Evolve are both also going to be really important for this final boss. Bronze Scales at the start of each combat gain 3 Thorns. I mean, when you're playing defensively against multi-attacking enemies, you try not make that sound when that turns on. That's right, I didn't think you could. Hey, Ascendus Bane. Immediately burned. We're not going to be in this fight for a very long period of time, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun with it while we are. Get him. Alright. Weak Potion's not bad. Armament, Sever Soul, Warcry. Probably none of the above. I'd love to go for an elite if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Clothesline kills the frontliner. I'm defended for 6. I mean, that looked like it was going to be really bad, but then it wasn't really bad, and that's the end of my story. Riveting, wasn't it? Okay. Disarm the one that's going to stick around for the longest. Actually, I was already fully defended there, so I should have struck the back line. Whoops-a-daisies on my part. Alright, with your -3 strength, the fact that you haven't buffed means that there's no way that you'll deal damage to me. Pommel strikes, nope. I definitely want to smith rather than rest here, otherwise I'm just gonna make the... I'm just gonna make the Hexaghost mad. Evolve, Disarm. I don't want to shrug it off just in case I draw Clothesline. Ooh. But it's, if I draw anything else, it's good. Fine. Don't draw Clothesline. Good. Burnt the Ascender's Bane earlier. There's a Clothesline for the weakness. The enemy is now dealing 0 by 6. And taking 18 while doing so. I know! It's really good. We have to actually be aggressive because in 7 turns, the enemy does actually do a wee bit of a number on us when they get to their second inflamed turn. Damn. Got to Clothesline without the ability to play it, unfortunately. There's Bash, though. My Orichalcum should trigger before the burn, if I recall correctly. Yeah. The order of operations on those is... sometimes... I don't want to say arbitrary, but without foundational and solid reasoning? That's just a different way of saying arbitrary, isn't it? Alright. Unless I shrug it off, I am definitely going to be taking some damage this turn. I'm fine with taking some damage this... No, never mind, of course, because I weakened you. Cool, we're fine. I had to throw out the Clothesline that turn, because of course the enemy is going to be doing their jolly level best to try and get me here. Probably should have used one of my defenses there first. Now all of the burns are about to be upgraded, at which point we probably lose, but we'll still give it a God's honest attempt, rather. I'm going to use the Steroid Potion because this is probably the most impactful turn I can get with it. Vulnerability still on the enemy. I may actually just want to launch an offensive. So I'm taking 16 plus 8 minus 6. Okay, I'm fine. Woo. I don't need to figure out how much damage it does. I just need to figure out whether or not it's lethal. Ancient Potion. Barricade. I mean, it totally fits. I wanted the offering so that I could more quickly get through my deck, but what am I setting up? A combo? No, my whole thing is delay. Barricade is the delay card. And now we lose. Great. So if we take Philosopher's Stone, we're going to be killed. You take Philosopher's Stone when you're in an aggressive deck or a deck that is already so defensive that you know that you don't need to worry about your enemies. We do have a way to weaken as well as a way to make enemies lose strength, so we can somehow mitigate the effects of Philosopher's Stone a little bit. We do need the extra energy though, especially with the 2 Shrugodoffs that draw. I think we have to take it. If we don't take an energy relic, we play Barricade, and then we die the turn we play Barricade, right? So, kinda gotta. I'm not happy about that. I think it'll kill the deck, but I think not having the energy definitely kills the deck. So, rock in a hard place. Enemy is doing their hexing on the first turn, so that must be the new version of their change. I'll defend against that because I have to play a lot of defensive cards while we're in this combat. That said, Evolve would have mitigated the negative effects, so whoops, my bad. I'd love to have played Barricade that turn, but I don't want to take damage. Ooh. I actually thought there was going to be a chance here that I didn't take damage this combat. Whoops. Still going to take 4. Ugh, 25, ouch. Again, we have the Barricade in the hand where I can't use the Barricade. Extremely sadly. I just passed for 2 turns. The enemy's dead. Stone Calendar says your time is up. No, none of those though. Well, Body Slam definitely goes in this deck, so it's Body Slam card remove. I want to get the Bash out of the deck, to be real with y'all. I keep drawing it, and I never play it. Or rather, I'm never excited to play it, at least. Like, I feel like Clothesline should effectively be my version of Bash, right? My damage is dealt in large chunks by, you know, Body Slam, by the Stone Calendar. I'll take the 50 gold. I'm going a bunch of question marks here, so... damn it! Adds 2 cards to my deck. Gives me the ability to heal, though. The ability to heal, it's especially in a defensive deck, because you can get it off while you're safe. Like, in this deck, if I was ever in a combat that I don't think I'm struggling in, I could just play Barricade, play all of my defensive things, and then just wait to bite the enemy until they're dead. I'm a little concerned that the Stone Calendar would kill them first, though. Who's my boss on this floor? Automaton. Losing 30% of my max HP will kill me. Because I'm definitely getting to the turn where the Automaton does Hyper Beam. I think I would die had I taken that option. Card removal. The only thing that could convince me not to go with card removal here would be... Actually, there's 2 things. It would be Entrench or Shrug It Off. Sorry, not Shrug It Off. Entrench or something else equally powerful. Come on. Brain. Can't recall it. Alright, we need to upgrade Barricade. I know Barricade is only played once a fight, and Body Slam is played multiple times a fight, and both of them downgrade by 1 energy. But if Barricade is never played, which it very rarely will be at 3 energy, when am I going to play the Body Slam? Also, I'm upgrading again in 2 spaces. What is this? Thwack, you were knocked unconscious. Groggy and with a throbbing head, you awaken to find yourself thrown in the center of the massive stadium of an overflowing audience of slavers, cultists, and other denizens of the city. An armored giant with a golden crown bellows at you from atop. Now we begin the 4,200th combat. A gate on the opposite side opens. Is that like a counter of how many different times I played this game? Whoa! All right, that's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar? A skill potion for a defensive option? Oh, wowsies. Now, if I knew that was going to be my defensive option, I'd have done that earlier. Cool. I only got to stand here for a couple turns more. It's fine. We'll be okay. Getting body slammed constantly when I can't play it. It's the oldest trick in the book. The old give them body slam when they can't play it prank. Uh-oh. Vulnerability is bad. I may actually have to murder the front line just to save myself HP. I assure you, or assure, you know, however you want to say it, that I didn't want to get it done like that. Popped him. Well done, weakling. The giant mock claps while he riles up the crowd with exaggerated gestures. Golden confetti shower you. Time for the real challenge. The last battle left is a small opening in the Colosseum wall. The last battle left a small opening in the Colosseum's wall. You can easily escape through there while everyone is distracted. You stay and fight. Now, this is a promising run in Ascension 20, but this is a new event, so obviously I'm staying to what? We're fucked. Screwed. We're gonna lose this. We can't. We actually cannot win this. Damn. Is it always 2 gremlin knobs? There's no way I could have known it was going to be gremlin knobs, unfortunately. There's absolutely no way. I was thinking it was probably going to be a fight with 5 slavers or something like that. And I thought, no, I'm going to take a couple hits, but I'll probably be reasonably okay after it. Yeah, there's no way out of this. We're extremely deceased. Defend. Weaken. That's an interesting event. I'm glad I now know that it exists and what it does. I believe that's the event that can show up on floors 2 and 3, right? Intangible will no longer sometimes rain the damage from 0 to 1. That's actually quite good. Yeah, it's the Colosseum. No, it's only in the city. Okay, so there's also still the other event that was just added, the designer on floors 2 and 3 that I still haven't seen. I thought it was that one. So that means that if the Colosseum is always on the city floor, that is... Oh, that's a problem. Whew. It would have to be an aggressive deck. Yeah, I cannot see a defensive deck winning that. Especially if it's always 2 gremlin knobs. Oh, boy howdy. What a way to wipe the smile off of my face. This is an incredibly short episode here, but hey, that'll help me get it uploaded in time. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. This has been the most speed of runs of all time. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Yikes.